Hello, Southern Methodists. Welcome to the Atlantic Coast Conference. Conference realignment is very interesting. So, agree with it, disagree with it, put it in the comments. How do you feel about SMU and the ACC? Well, we're going to break them down, talk about them for 3 minutes. I'm Josh George. This is college football in 3 minutes. Today, Southern Methodist is the topic. Look, when I think of Southern Methodist, I instantly think about the Pony Express, the death penalty, things like that. And now they're back in a power conference for the first time in a long time. They're coming off an 11-3 season, and Vegas has them at 7-5 this year, and so does Phil Steele. So that's kind of what we're looking at. They have a favorable schedule: HCU, Huskies, Nevada Wolfpack. That's a good start. 2 teams in the Big 12, BYU and TCU. I'd say that's pretty much a favorable non-conference. And then you have to start ACC play with Florida State and then at Louisville. Tough deal, but you get an off week. And, of course, you got a big homecoming against Pittsburgh. So it's not a bad schedule. You could win 7 or 8 games with that for sure. Let's start breaking down the offense. Peyton Stone was an accurate quarterback who could throw the ball, find receivers, and give them room to keep going. That was his big thing last year. This offense scored 38 points per game and were 8th in the nation. Now, they will be playing better defense this year. There are better defenses in the ACC than there is in the American. That's just what it is on film. But this passing offense could be really good. They're gonna throw for about 250 yards in every game. They're gonna average around 300 yards passing the rock this season is what I think with this schedule, and I think that'll put them in a top 10 passing offense this season, and I think they're gonna have a top 10 offense in the nation this year. It's the defense that I'm kind of worried about. Look, they had the 28th rushing defense last year. That's really good. Had a +3 turnover margin at the end of the year. That's really good. But defensively, they have 6 starters returning, which is a little over half their defense, and they have 60% of the production. They do not have a ton of depth, and we saw what happened to Cincinnati when they joined the Big 12 in Central Florida and Houston and BYU. But 3 of those teams came from the American Conference to join a power conference. Defensive depth is huge in the power conferences. They won't have it. Their defense will dip. You can expect them to maybe have a top 50 defense, and that's how they win some of these games. That's how they get to that 7-5 win total we've been talking about, and a lot of people have them at it. I think this is how they get to 7-5. You beat Nevada, you beat HCU, and you go 500 in the non-con. You find a way to win at Louisville. That's a team that may not be ready for you, may not think you're all that. I think you can beat Stanford. I think you can beat them straight up. I think you're better on both sides of the ball. And then to finish out the year after an bye week, off week, Boston College, Virginia, Cal Berkeley. I think those are 3 winnable games. 3 teams that in the 2-4-7 talent composite, you'll be a little bit more talented then, and I think you pull it out. This was 3 minutes. Josh George College Football. Today we talked about